Hi everyone, my name is Pawan, and if you have seen a few of my previous videos, you would by now know that I'm trying to record videos of questions which I think do get asked during interviews, especially the front-end interviews. So for the video that I'm recording today, I'm going to stick to JavaScript, and the question that I'm going to cover is get elements by class name. Uh, so let's go ahead and try implementing this. So the first thing is, the reason why this question to me is an important one is it tends to test you on understanding the DOM structure, especially the tree, and how do you traverse through it. I've recorded a similar video, which is get elements by tag name, which would work almost similar to the code that I'm going to be writing over here. So please feel free to go and check out that video too. So let's go ahead and implement this one. As you can see, the output of this is an array. So let's create an empty array and just return it. So that's your basic code. All you're doing is creating an empty array and returning the array. Now, let's build the traverse function, which we built during the previous video, which is get elements by tag name. It accepts an node. So if node doesn't exist, all you're going to do is return. If node exists, you're going to implement a function called hasClass and pass node to it. If it is true, you're going to push the node into it. Now, once you're done pushing, you're going to check for all the children, which is node.children.length. And what you're going to do over here is you're going to call traverse again, but this time you're going to call traverse with node.children of I. So that's a basic traverse function. Check for the node and check if it's got a class and push it into the array. If not, traverse through all of it. And what do you do at the root level? So remember, one of the main things about the get elements by class name function, at least in this case, is that you're going to check for only the children and not the node itself. So when you want to do the traversal, all you're going to do is do the traversal for all the children of element, but not check for the class name of the given element itself. So replace the node with element, and this is going to be your traverse function. So now let's go ahead and implement hasClass, which takes node as an input. Now, remember one thing, that the class names do confirm this. What is the input type? If it's a string, what you would need to do is you would need to convert this into an array, because we are going to iterate through all the class names and check if they exist in that given node or not. So it's important that we just do a split of this and convert this into an array. And what we're going to do over here is iterate through all the elements in class names, and get the class name, which is class names of I. Now, if class name doesn't exist, we are going to continue, because you could have cases where you might have an extra white space, which would just give you an empty value, and you don't want to check for the class name of it. So you would just continue and go to the next part of the loop by ensuring that you keep checking the next one. Now that you've checked for the falsy values or empty values of class name, your goal is to check if node.classList. We're going to use the pre-built function of the DOM, which is ClassList, contains class name, and check for the falsy value of it, that if it doesn't contain, return false, and return true at the end when none of the conditions got met. By default, we're going to return it's got a class, and we are going to only break it if at any point of time we find out if a node doesn't have that given specific class name in the list of class names that we have been provided. And let's run this code and see what happens. The basic test did succeed. Let's run some advanced tests. Awesome. So all the tests went through. So this is get elements by class name implementation. Thank you, folks. And as I said, I'll keep recording more videos as and when I get time. Thank you very much, everyone.